We're taking you on a ramp through time and creativity through the one that's lived through it all. From Sega to VHS to NES. If you enjoy it, hit the like button and subscribe. If not, enjoy your doom.
Sarge! Hey, Sarge! I'm looking for Lieutenant Sergeant Green H. Hawk? Are you him? Christ, what the hell is wrong with this guy? Hey, he's seen a lot. Listen. I don't give a fucking warthog scored on what he's seen. We gotta win this goddamn war. Lost too much money because of this shit.
This war is bigger than your business, sir.
What?
This is a true plastic combat soldier, mastered in guerrilla warfare. A toy who's the best, built to ignore pain, to eat things that'll make a rat puke. Sergeant Hawk is one of the best combat soldiers I've ever seen, sir.
I want you to listen to me, you backwood pig-chasing cornhole. I don't give a shit about this Boy Scouts bullshit. I'm rich. How's it going there? John Jockleberger, CEO of TY Oil. Listen, we've been having an issue with some guys that's been captured. This has created a rift in our country, and all of our guys in our oil company are currently struggling. TY Oil is willing to present you a check for $1 million to help resolve this problem. Do you have a bank account, Mr. Sergeant Hawk?
Yes, I do.
Great. What's the account number?
10.
Uh-huh.
10.
Uh-huh.
In your ass.
Sarge, you have no choice but to return.
I've already done my service.
Sarge, we understand that. But you already have the serum in you. Remember when Grim had us volunteer for Project Scan?
He didn't volunteer us. We were forced to do it.
Exactly. We were tested for any war defects we had after our days at Plastro. Grim ordered for us to take a pill known as R23 at the time. Recent studies have found this pill to activate a chemical that will deteriorate cells in the brain. It could kill you within 24 hours.
God damn it.
Our sister company was the one that funded Project Scan as well. A soldier going and killing a bunch of people in a movie theater sounds a lot better because of war, rather than Scan, doesn't it?
Grim has requested you meet at our secondary bunker at 1500 hours. We have a chopper already waiting. We just need you to step on the board, sir.
Alright.
And if you need a discount on fuel, TY Oil will be glad to fuel all of your machines. Welcome back to the team, Sarge. Glad to see you back, Sarge.
Pleasure to see you too, Colonel.
As you see, things have changed since your last operation for my rescue, which was a remarkable success. But we're in a more technological war now.
Things could have been better without the war at all.
Sarge, we cannot change the past. We can only make our future better. This is why I had you and Scorch participate in Project Scan. We at the Green Army have to ensure that we protect and serve our land. And we will do this by the means of any soldier that participates in our mission. Sarge, you are just a good trusty old lawnmower in our garage. We just make sure you fulfill your purpose from time to time.
Fuck you, Colonel. And fuck this fucking war.
Sarge, we have also upgraded our inventory. We now have the SS Helena,
a highly admissible boat capable of winding through barriers and enemy force fields. So now you don't have to worry about dying every time you touch the water this time.
Okay.
You will also have to defeat Army Man Sarge's Heroes for the Nintendo 64. A good old punch with the 64 will certainly send shockwaves through the Tan Army.
But I'm a toy. How the hell am I supposed to develop the logic to defeat a video game?
You will need to enter this portal that we found. You must find a human gamer capable of handling frustrating gaming apparatus controls.
You have to transport it to this dull-ass world again?
It is the only way of defeating them, Sarge. I'm sorry.
Shit.
At least you now have the SS Helena. That'll make things more interesting. You must also be aware of Tan forces when entering through the portal. You will need to find the main portal by going across the lake. You will need to go through a layer of defense since your last infantry was captured along with the SS Helena. You must get her back, find your infantrymen, and go through this portal to find this gamer. Your cavalry member Scorch will support you. Ready, Sarge?
You just make sure I stay alive this time, Grim.
You will have nothing to worry about. You just make sure to get that game defeated, and we'll both be satisfied. By the way, we must understand that we must trust each other, Sarge. You have rescued and saved my life, and I have given you a purpose, to kill. I have raging boners in the middle of the night thinking about how I could control you and any of those useless pricks in your squad to dismember a toy at my command. But Sarge... I must ensure you complete this mission. Your 24-hour countdown has begun. You are now experiencing a period of translucent thoughts.
I don't think you're telling me everything I need to know about this drug, Connell.
Relax now, Sarge, or it's going to get worse. Sarge, I have no incentive to lie to you when you know you were molded to kill. I mean, you've fallen off the face of the earth. Now you are under a magnified control agent. You may feel a little bit of a ball choker, but now you're living, Sarge. I mean, you gotta start listening to me. You can't just live a regular life after being a part of this world. Sweet dreams, Sarge.
Wait, but he'll kill us. Can't just give away our location. Just wait.
I don't get it. Why am I not affected by this the way you are?
We don't have much time.
Sarge, I understand, but we were given the same tablet. Sarge, is that you? It looks like you're in another dimension. You look good, bro.
The hell is this?
Huh?
Hey, I think he's noticing us. Take cover, Sarge.
Wait,
Hey, how did you get on my bed?
I walked. You're the gamer I'm looking for. You know to handle highly frustrating games, right?
Yeah.
We are here to defeat Army Man Sarge's Heroes for the Nintendo 64.
But you're a toy. How the hell are you supposed to develop the logic to do so?
And that's where you come in. We need your skills to defeat the game. In return, we'll be able to close all of the 10 portals around your home, and you'll be able to make a great review.
Got a point there. If it's 3 games from my childhood I know I'll never forget, it will be Bonanza Bros on the Sega Genesis, Streets of Rage on the Genesis, and Army Man Sarge's Heroes for the Nintendo 64. I don't know how a lot of people felt, but I loved this game as a kid. It always reminded me of the movie Toy Soldiers, but the actual video game, because at the time, I didn't know they actually made a video game based off of that movie Toy Soldiers. It was one of my favorite movies as a kid. But, you know, as time floats, so do interests. So honestly, was Army Man Sarge's Heroes and the Army Man series as a whole really good?
I know you guys are thinking, who in the hell is 3DO? Oh man, Believe it or not, EA was actually known for making good video games, probably before you were born. This company was founded by another venturepreneur in the gaming world named William Tripp Hawkins. Hawkins tried his bit in the mid-70s with the computer gaming industry. When everything transitioned into the arcades and home consoles, he switched to video games and began Electronic Arts, or EA as I've always known it. He also was the guy to sign John Madden as a spokesman and a consultant, and basically is the guy who began the Madden series.
Wow.
Impressive.
Hawkins didn't want to deal with Nintendo due to their strict licensing policies, and instead offered to partner with Sega. And that's why we had so many games from EA exclusively on Sega, including my favorite NBA game, NBA Live 95, starring John Ripper. He also ventured into the home hardware console market. His idea was to create a CD-based video game console that outputted in 320 pixels with video-like quality. And what was birthed was the Panasonic 3DO interactive multiplayer. This shit was so fucking expensive. I remember seeing it in a GamePro magazine and knowing I would never own one because it was listed at $699. Like, fuck. What's even more crazy is that a couple of years ago I saw it listed for $1,200 on eBay. Like, that's as much as somebody's mortgage. Maybe one day down the line when I donate my left nutsack, I'm going to buy this and review it. Trust me, it's going to be worth it. Once this monstrosity fell, Hawkins said fuck it and went back to developing video games. And as the 3D era came to an end in the late 90s, the company 3DO created a series of Army Man based games with toy soldiers. And that's how the Army Man series was born.
My generation was probably the last generation to play with plastic Army Man toys. It's not really a fad anymore. When I first saw this game, it reminded me of the movie Small Soldiers with Phil Hartman and Tommy Lee Jones with the actual video game. At the time, I didn't know they actually had a PlayStation 1 game for that movie, but the Army Man series was a lot different.
The story doesn't have a real connection to the gameplay, but who cares? It was pretty fun. What I remember most was the multiplayer mode, and everybody being in the living room fighting for their turn at that 4-player combat action. In the campaign mode, you start off as Sergeant Hawk, basically the lone and actual Green Army, sleeping and being awakened up to have to rescue Colonel Grimm. The controls are clunky. If you try to move the camera slightly, it follows you similar to like how older PlayStation games were like. You have to be careful of every corridor because there will always be a tan soldier sneaking around and shooting you from places that you can barely see. I will admit, I've been playing this game for a very long time, so I know it better than the average retro gamer. I have all the codes, movements, and controls programmed in my DNA from years of playing this for hours that my offspring probably could master this game by the age of 2. So I'm pretty used to dealing with these weird angles and knowing how to turn around quickly to evade enemy fire. But in the second level is when you really are forced to move. And god damn it, these tanks are your worst enemy. You can always hear them, but you'll never really see them in time. You'll randomly just be walking in a random area and then boom, all of a sudden you're hit with a rocket launcher. Luckily it shoots in like 5-hour increments, and it gives you enough time to take cover and find health, but god damn. Your goal is to find this blue spot, and when you do find him, he'll run into this portal, in which you have to discover that's what this whole game is centered around. The bathroom stage is really cool, and it gives you that action and that real feeling of being a toy. Man, that'll be fun as hell if you could ride this bitch across the water. Fuck. I can only just imagine. You'll chase this blue spot until you reach a bottle of shampoo, and then you have to escort him back through the portal. You don't really have too many reinforcements after you accept this flamethrower who's hiding. And god damn it, make sure you're able to kill him and that shotgun guy. I love this part. Sure saves you a lot of ammo. The Rift mission is when you really start to see the real version of this game. Hell, as soon as you press A to receive the mission orders, it's a tank right there in your face. You also have this machine gun guy who seems to see you before anybody else does. Finally, some quietness. You also have to be aware of these snipers. It's rational they have owl-like vision, but once they see you, you're done for. You spend most of this level evading soldiers and opening gates until you reach a final barrack where Riff is being held. But before going in, you have to get rid of these two guys, one of them being a machine gun guy and a sniper. Then when you get in there, you're given 60 seconds to get him off of this firecracker before he blows up into pieces. One thing you have to be aware of with these escort missions is that you have to make sure they're directly behind you. Because if not, you'll go like literally halfway through the level, and then you'll realize they aren't behind you, and then we'll go like 2 doors back and realize they're somewhere stuck trying to get out of a barrack. And it's like, damn, he claims he was itching so bad to lay down some bazooka blues. Well shit, it's as if that damn itch has gotten scratched because he isn't doing a fucking thing. It's as if his bazooka is literally a toy and it's just designed for shits and giggles. Man, I remember being so disappointed that he wouldn't help, because it just seems as if it would have made the game better if he had a health bar and would actually participate in combat. I guess the Nintendo 64 wasn't ready for all that. During the cutscene is when you find out that General Plastro is using these portals to plan a giant attack, and you have to rescue more of your Bravo command members before destroying them. You have to war through a bunch of soldiers until you reach this bridge that gets blown up eventually. This level is when you realize that the camera can be your worst enemy. I mean, it's as if it's attached to the head of a giraffe because it swivels so heavily, and it honestly never sits still in place properly for you to see. Come on. God damn it, this is a lot of soldiers. Shit, where do I go? Shit! When you get halfway through the forest, you'll find Scorch getting a quick wank off before he's getting back into the Call of Duty. Boy, with that giant $2 million minesweeper, I'm sure he's going to be able to save a lot of balls from being blown off as we get through this forest. Wow. So now I'm the bazooka guy, the gunner, and the minesweeper? The rest of the way is pretty straightforward. You have to take out a few soldiers nearby, and then he runs through the portal without you holding his hand. It's too bad I wasn't given that same slack, because as soon as I get nearby, a fucking bazooka guy and a machine gun guy comes out of nowhere. And they come through this portal at lightning speed. You'll need to be very careful on this garden level. You have very limited coverage area, and you never really could clearly see who's shooting at you. Damn it. They especially like camping out and waiting for you to slip up. Son of a bitch! When leaving this stage, you'll run into a shotgun guy, and he's somewhere just slipping and hiding somewhere in that dense bush area over there. I really don't want to take my chances, but damn, what the? The snow stage is pretty cool. You spend most of the time sneaking through corners and disabling fences until you sneak into a series of barracks to free these gray soldiers. Don't expect them to be any better just because they're gray, because they're just as helpful as the green ones. At least they will engage in combat. In fact, they're so ready for combat that you'll see them eagerly running into the gate itching to get into war. There's no reason to preserve them, but I do like the idea of a team deathmatch. Okay, let's see how he does. Ooh, damn. You'll free more soldiers, and then you'll enter through more barracks until you reach this final part, and you'll find Sharp along with more gray soldiers being converted into spiders through this machine. You then have to make your way back to the helipad along with Sharp and any gray soldiers you rescued. Fort Plastro is just an all-out balls-to-the-wall war. First you have to make your way through this surge protector and then turn it off. Once you climb the gate, this is when you have your first taste at extreme war. It's way too many enemies to count. You have to preserve all of your health on here as well. One part that you'll especially hate is running inside these forts and then getting shot at by these snipers that hide above. And then of course you have to blow up these things that look like giant Megazord toys, and these machines are considered the super weapons. These things absorb a lot of damage, whether it's sniper rifle, M16 shots, or bazooka missiles, and they can damn near tear you into shreds in seconds. But it's the only way of getting through this level, and it's the only way to find the portal as well. So here we go. After going through the portal, you'll find that Vicky set you up, and then you're teleported into this garden. But before you can find your flamethrower Scorch, you have to make your way through this maze, and it could take some time trying to figure out. Shit. Wanna go right? Damn. Alright, here we go. It isn't so bad getting around. You have to climb up these blocks, and then you have to cross this patio and then drop back down to the ground where you'll enter through this Pooch's doghouse where you'll find the flamethrower Scorch hiding. You need to get him, and then you have to find the portal, which kind of sits to the far northwest side of the location near the doghouse, and then you have to get through a bunch of enemies to do so. At this point in the game, it's all about stopping Plastro from destroying the portals and rescuing Vicky. With this task, there of course will be a lot of enemies and more challenges. Now you have to worry about snipers, camouflage in the background, and enemies trading fire with you as soon as you start the level. Everything looks the same, and then you'll run into this one room where there's so many soldiers in this room and then a tank all in one room. You'll wonder how the hell were they able to fit all this inside. When first playing this stage a long time ago, I thought it was going to be a lot of platforming, but it really isn't that much of it. What you'll have are these choppers flying around, and they really aren't that big of a deal to deal with. And then in the end, you have to get past those two Megazords, and then you have to climb up these alphabet blocks to reach this firecracker that's lit by one of Plastro's men. And then Sarge has to hitch a ride, jet his way to a window panel, which is near the kitchen, and then you'll find that Vicky is being held captive by two soldiers. Oh man, we're taking it back now. I remember having so much fun on this level during the multiplayer option. In the campaign mode, it could be a nightmare though. You start off on this spigot, and then this is probably one of the best views you can get of the stage from this vantage though. Fuck! Oh man. God damn it. This fucking jump. Shit! Makes sense. This is the only way I'll figure out how to not be hurt by. I think this is the only time you could actually make sense of being hurt by a butter knife. Right? Don't fall in there. Oh shit. I guess he got caught in the disposal. That's gonna suck for the plumber who has to get all those scattered pieces of plastic out of there. Shit. Fuck, where the fuck are all these fuckers appearing from? You have to watch this damn bazooka guy hiding behind this dinner plate, because there's really no way to avoid him. As you proceed, you'll find soldiers flooding in tubes from this toaster. Luckily, you have they only have M16 firepower, so you can burn the shit out of all of them if you have a flamethrower. Then this chopper comes at you and you have to take it down along with another bazooka guy that's hiding across the nearby countertop. And then you have to climb your way down these drawers, and oh man, this is a lot harder than it looks. I mean, because really you have to trip yourself down there. You don't climb down there. You like backwards trip yourself down there all the way down till you reach the floor. Then you have to go across, and then you have to climb back up another series of drawers to get to the stovetop to rescue Vicky. You'll find that all the portals were actually destroyed, and you need to escort her to the end of the other countertop. You'll need to be very careful because she just runs off when you chase her, and then when you chase behind her, a flamethrower guy is there and then several shotgun guys. Once you reach the end of the countertop, you'll find that the only escape you have is through this sleeping poodle. Well, at least they won't have to trip themselves backwards this time. The living room stage is the longest in the game. Every turn is a load of soldiers waiting for you, and you never have a chance to rest. This is the main stage that allows you to see the whole stage from the perspective of a toy. Everything is very vast. Every corridor you reach, you have to climb up a bunch of platforms, and you really have to access them through a ruler. I tended to get lost in this stage, and trying to find the Christmas tree, it does require you to view it from that perspective I was talking about as a toy, by actually climbing up on the couch. Man, I bet whoever this kid is about to have a great 1999 Christmas. I wonder if his folks was gonna get him Superman 64 that year.
Good to go.
After running through this crack underneath the door, Sarge finds himself in the bathroom to locate the final portal. I hated this level as a kid. It's not like it's just too hard, but man, you have to be very smart on this level, man. You have to take out these soldiers, and then you have to release this lever to open the bottom drawer. But climbing up this drawer is a nightmare because you have to keep climbing and moving while being sniped. Fuck! And you don't have enough time nor vision to even see the snipers and snipe them back.
I swear to God, man, this is probably the hardest thing I remember doing as a kid. Once you reach the countertop, it's really not that bad. You just release the little shower door, and then you have to make this magical jump down to this ruler. There is another route that I remember you could take by going behind the toilet seat, but you have to know where to jump from. The rest is pretty simple. Well, except when you have to kill this last Megazord, and then you have to make your way through the final portal. That's when you'll get the final cutscene where Sarge wrestles with General Plastro so that Vicky can escape, and of course Sarge wins the tussle while Plastro gets kidnapped by the poodle, who finds his way into the bathroom somehow at the most convenient time. Like shit, why couldn't he show up when I was climbing up those fucking drawers trying to avoid those snipers? And then everything lives happily ever after. For now.
Alright, that's Army Man Sarge's Heroes for you. Now, it may have not been everybody's preference, but it was a really fun game to play back in the 64-bit era. Now, from what I remember, everybody used to be sitting in the living room fighting for their turns in the 4-player multiplayer mode. It's actually sitting in the same room playing the game. Kids had to actually interact with each other. It was good times. Good times. Hey, where'd they go?
Oh shit, it's Sarge. It's Scorch. Oh my god, Sarge. Hey, take him to the bunker.
Congratulations, Sarge. You have completed your test. Sarge, you're most gullible when we need you to be. Project Scan was just a sugar tablet we gave you. You have no virus in your body. It's only just a virus. We must have our soldiers complete our mission, Sarge. We must ensure we do this by any means.
A common cold, huh? Guess I have to go back to normal society.
Sarge! So how will you live?
Day by day.